July 1st, 2026. In the process of finishing up the new drain field that came from the backside of the house. And have a rather large hole excavated here for the septic tank to be placed. They're hooking it up now. The rock layer begins about 2 feet below grade right there. You can see them rocks there, top of existing grade, and it looks to be about 7 feet deep of that rock layer before you get to the bottom. So good news, it'll drain well. That's a 3-bedroom septic tank going in right there. 1,000 gallons, plastic. I don't know, it's about 9 feet long, over 4 feet tall, and about 4 feet wide. Well, we got the slab area compacted and finished today. Now we're going to lay out where the corners will be, see what our level looks like, and go from there. Good morning, July 4th, 2026, Independence Day. Thank you, God, for the United States of America, and thank you, veterans, for your sacrifice. These lupins are just starting to grow, but they will be very full and lots of blooms shortly. And I just noticed that these strawberries are awful close to being ready. Got some nice ones coming in. I mean, they don't get too big, but they're looking good. Can't wait. 6 foot. Well, we ran into a snag with the foundation, and we're having to excavate these corners because they did not get enough good material in the very bottom, which caused us to remove more material out of the bottom. We got to do this on all 4 corners. So this is a bigger pain in my backside than I hoped for, as well as an additional cost. So what do? Got to get to good rock, and this one is like the only one that they got the good rock on. Right now we're planning ahead for next year. Got to figure out how we're going to get water into the garage. So part of that process is excavating down about 10 feet or greater and putting in some PVC as a pathway. We're going to do it now. That way the PVC ends up inside the slab. So right now I'm cutting a couple of pieces of, well, I had a 20-foot section, and now I got two 10-foot sections of this pipe. And I'll end up putting a sweep in it. That way, when we go to feed the water line in, it'll go in easy. So here's the 4-inch pipe that is somewhat insulated, where we'll be using for the water line coming through from the slab. We got a 10-foot section down here to a sweep, followed by another 10-foot section going this way. So these marks are the corner of the concrete pad. That's about 7 feet out. Garage door will start there, but here's the hole we have excavated where that 4-inch pipe's going. Corner of the slab should be right over there where that pin's at. Anyway, that's where it's going. All right, got a tree in the hole, marking the end of the 4x4 down there with a cap on it. Here's our insulated pipe coming up. Should be good. The pink insulation is at grade, which will be the bottom of the slab. Except for that piece on the front, it's taped in up and down the pipe, so we'll cut it flush when we're ready to pour. The gray material on the sidewall was the fill. That brown material down there is rock and coarse sand mix. And when you're excavating and pouring concrete, you got to get to that coarse sand rock mixture. We removed probably 3 feet of soil on the top here. That was overburden or silty organic material. If you build on that, your slab ends up being jacked up. Well, I'm very glad that's behind me. I don't care if I have to play with one of those again anytime soon. That is a absolute workout, and most of the time I'm a desk jockey, so yeah, not interested. So now that the compaction of the foundation is done, guess we'll get the 4 pins back in where we can mark our corners. We can get the forms in. Hopefully the concrete will go in next week. That's obviously the real goal. Hopefully by end of next week we have a foundation and a slab. So looking forward to getting this part behind us. I'm going to flip the camera around, show you the finished product on these 4 corners. And if you hear the screaming sound in the background, that would be the ravens. They make you think it's somebody screaming. So if you hear it, that's what it is. All right. Actually have 2 pins in here. One on this front corner and one way back there. So those were previously dug up in another clip in this video. We've added fill to the level of about 6 inches at a time. Then you use the compactor there, the jumping jack, as they want to call it. And it's not as much fun as maybe the Rolling Stones song where they talk about jumping jack flash. But anyway, no fun. I got a glimpse of this in the video earlier. This is the 4-inch conduit. It's 10 feet long. It's going to be sticking about 4 to 6 inches out of the slab. Actually, probably more. Maybe about 8 to 10 inches out of the slab. We put insulation on all four sides. The other 3 sides are a little bit below grade, which is fine. But anyway, we have a pull string in there, actually 2. So who knows, might need 2, 1 now, 1 later. We'll just bury it in place. Put that stick out there, that's just a piece of an old dead spruce. That's marking the other end. Again, this goes down 10 feet deep and it goes over 10 feet. So what we'll do is that will be the chaseway that we will use to tie into our well, which is right there, heavily marked. That way nobody runs into it during construction. Okay, far end of the slab. Another corner is going to go right there. See the obviously the top. This is the only plumbing going in here. We're going to ultimately have I don't know if it's going to be a downstairs bathroom or an upstairs bathroom, but we're going to have a bathroom in here. That's going to go in the wall, and we're going to figure it out as we go. I found that they actually make a toilet now that has a back discharge. So if you thought you would mount a toilet right there, you could mount it directly in front, pretend there's a slab here, and the discharge would go straight out the back, not down. So something we're pondering. Anyway, this will be the back edge of the slab area, and obviously the front will be up there. Slab size is going to be 36 deep by 30 feet wide, and I think probably next year I'll end up putting a concrete pad, out front here, probably about 20 feet wide. There's going to be a 16-foot roll-up door, and we've just got a huge job ahead of us, at least between now and by the end of September. Anyway, thanks for watching the periodic work over the last couple of weeks. As you can tell by everything that's going on between septic being installed, all the foundation work, working with a contractor working on the excavation and backfilling. This has just been a big undertaking right now, and glad this part's behind us. Well, it is Friday afternoon, about 5:30, July 10th. And I just thought I'd give one last update before I put all these videos together and show you the slab foundation with the forms in place and ready to pour. I think we're going to pour on Tuesday. So got to get some more things taken care of between now and then. But we'll be pouring on Tuesday. Today was a challenge, but we got it behind us. Well, as you can see, we've got the foundation now complete with the forms in place. We have plenty of rebar in the bottom, all the way around the perimeter. I'm not sure if you can see it. Another clip of this video, I showed y'all putting this pipe in. Anyway, rebar all the way around the perimeter. Steel mesh all the way across. Got 2x10 material used for the forms. And man, I tell you, I've never used these little concrete stakes here, these little metal ones. What an absolute game changer. I would never do it different. Don't worry about all of them. Some of them come out, they're just holding it in for now, but the ones on the insides of the forms, like those two, those are coming out. We had them in place while we put some material around the back edge. Now that the material is around, like this edge here, the front edge, and this side edge, once we get, so it's all in place now. Now we can take these that are on the inside of the slab out. But anyway, it is complete and ready to go. And as I say, on Tuesday, we will have concrete. Not sure how much I'm going to get of that. There will be a lot of moving parts, and I doubt Rhonda will want to come out here and take pictures. But anyway, we are ready to get this done. It's going to be a pretty good size slab. It's 30 wide, so left and right, and 36 deep. So it'll work well for our needs. Well, that's about it for this video. I hope everybody's doing well wherever you're at. Hope you have a great weekend coming up, and I'm going to do my best to get this posted tonight. Yeah, good luck with that. Maybe. Trying hard. Got a little bit of sun today out here, but that'll tame down here shortly after I get inside and get me a shower. Anyway, y'all take care, and hope to talk to some of y'all soon.